things won't turn out perfectly when you want them to. And there is one thing you can do. You can sit home back and let the day roll by. Don't you worry and don't you cry, darling. You know we can't always win. It ain't worth it thinking about what went wrong. If you wanna make it, you'll have to stay strong. You gotta sit on back and let the day roll by. Don't you worry and don't you cry, darling. You know we can't always win. I know it's hard to understand why these things happen. If you take me by the hand, I'll try to make you see how beautiful life can be. If you just believe everything's gonna be alright, whoa, just hold on tight.
Hello and welcome to Yoga Inside and Out. I'm Batsheva, and in this series we are exploring our chakras, the 7 vital energy centers that sit along our spine and affect our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. Today we're going to be focusing on the 6th chakra, the third eye center, which relates to our eyes, our face, and our brain. It's said that you are, in the Vedic text, it's said that you are the seer of all. You are truly free always. Your only bondage is that you see the seer as other than yourself. This chakra is all about being aware, opening the center so we can be aware of everything that goes on in our life and truly intuit and see for ourselves. So this is about your intuitive, aware self. So we want to be really focused on our inner seeing as well as our physical seeing. Physical seeing is just a very small part of what we can see. We can be aware of everything that goes on in our lives on a much deeper level and intuitively know our next step and what's right for us. So this is a very, very important part of opening this center, the 6th chakra, the Ajna chakra it's called. So today what we're going to be doing in our poses is exploring our drishti, what's called the drishti, which means the gaze, our inner gaze and our outer gaze as we do poses. So let's begin by centering ourselves. Close your eyes so we can look deeper within. That's why we close the eyes. So you don't let eyesight be a distraction. Breathing deeply. Coming into Ujjayi breath, the ocean sounding breath. Good. And gently letting your gaze be at your third eye as you breathe. So that's the place right between your brows. And just noticing if you see anything there right now, perhaps colors. Using the breath to center you and relax the body-mind. And then slowly let your eyes open, and we're going to begin our warm-ups with eye exercises, which is very much a part of yoga that sometimes we forget about. So begin by just rolling your eyeballs up to the ceiling, all the ways up, stretching those eyes up. Looking up, so your drishti, your gaze now is up at the ceiling, stretching up, and then take the eyeballs to the right corners. So looking fully to the right corners of your eyes, and then down to the floor without moving your head, keeping the breath flowing, and then over to the left, and then up to the ceiling. And then circle all the ways around to the left. And you want to look at each little part of the circle. You want to stretch in that direction all the ways around. And then stretch all the ways around the other way. Good. And then come back to center. Close your eyes and bring your hands over your eyes. And then release. Good. And from here we're going to go into Warm-ups for the neck, inhaling and exhaling, letting your chin drop to your chest. And then inhale up and exhale the chin to the ceiling. Oh, letting the front of the neck open. And then come to center. And the left ear drops to the left shoulder. Take the hand and rest it on your ear. And then release that side and come to the other side. Warm-ups are a nice time to close your eyes so you can really focus inside and connect with how you're feeling and connect with your breath more fully. And release that side. Let the head float up and take some circles with your neck. Oh, feeling that nice opening in your neck, both directions. Good. And then come to center and inhale and shrug your shoulders to your ears. And exhale and release. And again, inhale up and release. And roll the shoulders back and forwards. Good. And then take the right arm and stretch it in the air. Lift and stretch. Rotate the wrists. Press out the fingertips. Breathe and open, and then release that side down. And then come to the other side. Reaching and stretching, letting the body open. Side open. And then release down. Great. And then come to standing on the floor. Good. Inhale your arms up. Lift your heels up, lifting onto your tippy toes. Inhaling up. And then exhale and release down. And again, inhale up. Stretching and opening, gaze straight ahead. Good. Keeping your balance as you lift your heels. And then exhale down. And one more time, inhale up. And exhale down, all the way down into the ragdoll. Stretching and lengthening the spine. Breathing fully, letting any breaths or sighs release. Hanging over, stretching out the back of your legs, and then bending your knees slightly. Roll up one vertebra at a time. Coming to standing. Great. Now we're ready for our asanas, our postures today. In our poses today, I want to invite you to focus on your drishti, on your gaze. So often in life our eyesight is really distracted by everything happening and we're looking around all over the place, and that's pretty much a sign that our minds are very busy and not focused, and then we can't really look within and see what's happening for ourselves within and be so as aware. So a really good exercise in drishti, in gaze, and staying balanced are balancing poses. So let's start with vrikshasana, the tree pose. Let yourself come into the mountain, look down at your feet and make sure they're parallel. Lift your kneecaps and tuck your tailbone under, lifting tall from the waist. Press into your crown and lengthen. The tree is the one-legged mountain. Press into your left foot, lift your left kneecap, and when you're ready, bring your right foot up to either your ankle, your knee, your groin area, or if you know the half lotus, come into the half lotus. Whatever works for you, just so you can balance, bringing your hands in namaste. And just being still. Using your breath to stay balanced also. And then releasing that side. Breathe deeply. Feel the effects of the first side. Press into your right foot, lift your right kneecap, tuck your tailbone, and when you're ready, lift your left leg. Pressing the left knee back and the hip forward. Hands in namaste. Lifting your chest points. Practicing awareness as you move, as you breathe. looking out and looking in. And then releasing the pose. Great. So now that we've done a balanced pose looking straight ahead, now we're going to do one coming down, looking down. Inhale your arms up, all the ways up. And exhale forward and down, lifting the tailbone. We're coming into Uttanasana, the forward bend pose. Lifting your kneecaps and pressing the crown of your head to the floor. Lift the hips up as high as you can. And let the hands come to either sides of your feet on the floor. And when you're ready, lift the left foot up, lifting it all the ways up. Good. Trying to keep both hips facing the floor. Lift that right kneecap. And if you can, you might want to do this and you might not. You want to look just past your foot here and come to balance by grasping your ankle. And then come down and switch sides. Lifting that left kneecap, breathing fully, finding your balance. And then coming down again with both feet. Pressing out through your tailbone again, pressing the crown of the head down, and inhale and come on up. Good, and just close your eyes for a moment and feel the effects of the balancing poses, how focused and concentrated you feel, and also all the energy that moves just from balancing, simply balancing. Good, great, and come to lying on your belly on the floor. We're going to come into two phases of Navasana, the boat pose. Bring your hands out straight in front of you. Lengthen the legs and lengthen the arms. And for the boat, to come up into the boat, you want to squeeze the buttocks and press down into the hip bones and pubic bone, the pelvic triangle. And first we're just going to lift straight ahead, looking, letting your gaze be straight in front of you. Lifting the arms and legs as you squeeze down and lift up. Hands and feet a hip width apart. Breathing, looking straight ahead. And then bring the arms out to the side and let your gaze come up. And feel all your energy lift up. Breathing fully. And then release down. And press back into Garbhasana, the child pose. Nice counter stretch for the boat. From here, I'm going to do a pose called Sasangasana, the rabbit pose. So grab your feet or your ankles, wherever you can grab, and we're going to bring the forehead to the floor and roll forward to the crown of your head and walk your knees towards your forehead. And let your arms be like straps. Breathing fully. So now the gaze is towards your navel. And then just roll out. Slowly. Good. And feeling the effects, just taking a few moments to breathe and close your eyes and look in again. So always connecting inside and then looking outside. Closing the eyes and opening the eyes, really important to connect with the sixth chakra. And of course, the sixth chakra is related to the face and the eyes. So one of the wonderful poses for that is the lion pose, Simasana. So people tend to laugh a lot at this pose, so go ahead and laugh. This is about stretching your face muscles, your eyeballs, and your hands and tongue. This is places that often we forget about in our lives to stretch and give exercise to. Also, it's a good way to release aggression. So for the lion pose, you want to inhale deeply, and on the exhale, we're going to stretch out the fingers, the tongue, and roll the eyeballs to the ceiling. and then release. And feel the effects of that good stretch in your face muscles. Maybe you're laughing because it looks silly. That's also a nice release for the face muscles. Great. And now we're going to come into Yoga Mudra, the symbol of yoga. Very nice way to bring your third eye to the floor, and symbol of surrender, bowing forward, inhaling the arms up and exhaling the arms behind you, interlacing your fingertips, pressing your chest points out, opening the heart, inhaling and exhaling, bow down, bringing your forehead to the floor, letting your arms follow you, and then releasing the crown of the head to the floor, rolling forward. Breathing and letting those arms open. If it's hard for you to keep your fingertips together, use a yoga tie, which would be something you can hold, some kind of tie. You can hold your arms apart and still get the opening and the stretch. Breathing and letting those shoulders open and release. A good time to close your eyes and look within. Practicing awareness, what's going on for you. Noticing your intuition. What is it saying? Roll back to your third eye, to the forehead. Release your hands to your hips and slowly roll up, keeping your fingertips together. Very inner pose. Good. And then gently release the hands and let them float forward to your thighs, and just feel the effects of Yoga Mudra. And slowly let yourself bring your buttocks to the floor, extending your right foot in front of you, big toe in front of your hip for Janu Shirshasana, the head to knee pose. Pressing out your heel, curling the toes towards you, lifting the spine tall, and inhale the arms up, inhaling up, and exhale forward and down. If you cannot grab the ball of your foot, bend your knee so that you can grab the ball of your foot, and so you can bring your forehead to your knee. This is called the head to knee pose, so you want to do that. Bring your forehead to your knee, and then press through the heel, and in time, your knee will come to the floor. Bending your elbows, curling your toes towards you, and pressing out the heel. Breathing fully and deeply. Now, if this pose is not challenging enough for you, you can come into the half lotus, bringing your heel to your hip and coming forward. And bringing your forehead to your knee gives you a little extra juice there. Breathing fully and deeply. This is a nice time to look inside, to practice looking at the third eye, with the contact of your third eye to your knee, gazing inside. And then slowly release that side and come on up. Stretching, reaching. Release the arms out to your sides. Release that foot and exchange sides, extending out the left heel, curling the left toes towards you. Inhale up, open those ribs as you lift those arms, and exhale forward and down. Good. Again, if you need to bend your knee, that's fine. Bringing your forehead to your knee. Breathing fully and deeply. Curling the toes towards you, pressing out the heel, using your breath to help you go deeper and further into the pose. And again, if you want to come into the half lotus on this side, you can do that too. And then release up, inhaling up, and exhale the arms down. Good. Bring the soles of your feet together for Baddha Konasana. And you might want to find yourself equally weighted on your sits bones. So feel your sits bones and bring your heels as close to your groin as possible. Bend the elbows and pull back the elbows towards you, pressing your forearms to your thighs. And we're going to lift the chest and inhale and exhale forward and down. Coming as far as you can, breathing fully. Slow, even long, full breaths.
opening those hip muscles and bowing the head forward and down. And then gently release. Good. Now let's come into a spinal twist. So we're going to take the left heel underneath the hip, cross the right leg over. Take the left arm and wrap it around your knee. We're going to inhale the arm up and exhale. This is the right arm, bringing it all the ways around your body. Looking over that right shoulder. So notice your gaze. Let your gaze be over the right shoulder and just see how that helps your energy come around to the right. Helps your whole body move over to the right. So you're twisting from the waist. Buttocks on the floor, feet on the floor. And if you want to come into a fuller extension of the pose, you can bring your hand through the whole of your leg and come into the bound version of the spinal twist. Breathing, helping you move a little further around in your twist. Gazing over that right shoulder. You can close your eyes here and feel the inner gaze. And then open your eyes and look out. And come back around. And follow your fingertips as you come back around with your gaze. Good. And then come to the other side. Left leg over the right, tucking the right leg underneath the buttock, hips on the floor, foot down. Wrap the arm around your left knee and lift that left arm up and look to the left, looking all the ways around to the left. Good. Twisting from the waist. Neck is free, but you're still gazing over that shoulder. Breathing, looking left. Good. It said when we look left, we're looking back in time, and when we look right, we're looking to the future. And of course, forward is present time. So you might just want to notice what you see, if anything comes to you. Breathing. And again, if you want to go further and try the bound version of the pose, do that. Breathing, letting the arm come through the whole of the hand, and bringing that left arm around. Spine is straight. Inhale and extend the spine, and exhale and twist the spine. And then slowly release forward. Wonderful. And just take a moment to sit and breathe. And press your hands into the floor beside you so you can really lift your chest points and lift the whole upper body. And just take a moment to feel the effects of the poses. Gazing at your third eye. Letting Ujjayi breath, letting the sounding breath cleanse your body. And one more breath, inhale and exhale, and come to laying on your back on the floor in preparation for relaxation and meditation. Lying on your back, begin to wiggle your toes. Relax your legs, knees, thighs, breathing deeply, and allow your whole body to release into the floor, letting your hips and pelvis release, rotating your hands and fingers, moving your fingers, breathing and releasing, using this time in Yoga Nidra, deep yogic sleep, to release completely and receive the work that you've done. Letting your belly be soft, chest soft, face soft, letting your whole body release into the earth. Breathing fully and deeply, letting go. Even letting go of breath.
And then begin to deepen your breath again and rotate your hands, gently and lovingly awakening your body and rolling onto one side into a fetal position and sending yourself lots of love. And slowly come up to seated. Allow yourself to come into your most comfortable seated position, letting your spine be straight, pressing out your chest points and lifting out the crown of your head. And let your gaze gently rest at your third eye, looking deeply inside as you breathe. Slow, even long, full breaths. Face relaxed. And taking a few moments to scan inside your body, noticing how you're feeling, sensations in your body, thoughts, looking inside, being the seer for yourself, being fully aware and knowing, intuitively knowing what's right for you. Just notice how you can practice that more fully in your life. And see if you can even picture yourself, see it in your third eye, practicing looking inwards. And inhale deeply and exhale. Let out a sigh. And when you're ready, slowly allow your eyes to open. And as your eyes open, see if you can still look within as you look outside. Namaste. I honor the light in you. Thank you for this time.